and code will rock the scene. Podcasting legends living the dream. Metaverse Podcast, the place to be. Rocking out with L Slack and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the Metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Let's hit explode. Dive deep into virtual reality with our dynamic duo, setting us free from CGI to holograms. We'll explore the possibilities are endless. Let's soar. Enter the metaverse where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with L Slack and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. The metaverse where fantasies come alive. Rocking out with L Slack and Swally. Every week a new episode. Join us in the metaverse. Let's hit it explode. Let's hit explode. Let's hit explode.
What's up, everybody? It's the Neutral Zone. With El Slack and
Hey.
Swally.
Hello, everyone. How are we all?
We're doing great. The gang's back together.
Back
the dynamic
together.
duo.
Yes, I do appreciate you being very politically correct, or what's the other word I just used?
Diplomatic.
Diplomatic. Saying I was out on assignment last week. The short answer is, well, the truth is, I had not long, within 12 hours, I guess it was, read, understood, received my Spark, and was very pissed off with the ratio of what Spark owners are getting as opposed to purchase Spark owners, and I didn't trust myself to not get on air and say something I didn't regret or get myself jailed. To be blunt, unfortunately,
That would have made for some good content, though.
would have, but I mean, you can't just go and say whatever you feel like, whether it's true or not, because if it goes against Upland, they're just going to jail you, and I need to be mindful of that.
I know we both don't live in the same country, but in America, we have this thing called the freedom of speech.
Well, no, you don't.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you do.
Well,
think
you know, in America, but in Upland, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
In America of free, the America of the free, we have the highest incarceration percentage in the world. Yeah, you have all the freedoms in the world.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We just have a lot of people that like to infringe on other people's rights. Swarley, that's what this is about.
But yes, I mean, freedom of speech would be nice, but I mean, you can say what you. To an extent, I agree. You can say what you like, as long as it's fair and constructive.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be constructive.
It does. It does. Like,
You like
the
it
reason,
to be.
the reason why I get upset with Upland at times is not because I hate Upland. It's because I fucking care. And lately, I feel like it's not been reciprocated, and it's hard. Like, I've put a lot of time and effort over the last 2.5 years to build my account to get where I am, and to feel like I've literally been shat upon is just disheartening. It really is. So I've had a week to cool down. So this is me cool down.
I love it. What kind of shit? If Upland was an animal, what kind of shit would you be shat on with?
Let's move on from here. We're already skirting with certain red lines, I think.
I've teed it up for you.
No, and I'm not taking the shot.
It's llama shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm not taking the shot.
Oh my god, I'm disappointed in you.
Maybe, but
All right, fine.
I
I'll be
like
the
not
one
being.
going to jail. You can sit there and bail me out. How about that?
I like not going to jail. That's kind of where I like it at the moment.
Well, I know I go to jail every day.
Look,
I know
you summed it up pretty well last week. I know I was in the chat sort of helping you out a little bit, but you summed it up. For the same amount of effort, Spark owners are getting 5%, like by literally pushing the button. So if you did none of the challenges or anything like that, which none of the purchase Spark owners had to do, they just hit collect at the start of the whole thing and got 4x. So we obviously got to take 6 months and do all these challenges, which all cost money, not to mention time, etc., etc. So if you put in as little effort as they did, which means I guess even then he's still to do it 6 times, so that's 6 times as much work as they did. But you're clicking that collect button, you get 5%. I said last week that they could get as high as 80%, given the figures that 180% out of 400 is what they got, the 4x. 180% was sort of the best case scenario, but then Goldie made an excellent point. Is I was already at the maximum multiplier for that last airdrop, so I'd completed all 15 challenges, obviously bridged some sparking, all that sort of stuff. I've done everything I possibly could, and my best case scenario, judging on those figures, was 180% as opposed to 400% for purchase, which pissed me off to say the least. But Goldie made an excellent point on his show saying, well, there's still 2 more weeks for people that weren't at the maximum multiplier to get higher up. So there's every chance that what I got last week will go down next week or whenever the next airdrop is.
But there's also a chance people don't care as much, and they go down, and then you're.
Well, they won't go down, not for this season drop, because you can only go up. You can't. If you've already done X amount, it's not going to disappear for this season.
Not for this one, but I just mean for
the next season. Yeah, you could be right. It could change again for next season, but I mean, maybe the 180% is a good average. Well, it'd be interesting to see. I'll keep track of it and work out what it is at the end, and compare what I would have got had I purchased my Spark to what I got, having spent. And look, I put 15 grand plus into this game. To say that I haven't put my time, money, and effort into it is, I don't know how to put this diplomatically.
You just allocated it into the wrong spot.
It would appear that in hindsight, with the benefit of 2.5 years history looking back on, I would have been better off to turn up for 5 minutes here and there, purchase some Spark, piss off, and not contribute to the game at all, or very little, at minimal at best, for the last 2.5 years, and I'd be in a better financial situation than I am.
Yeah, but this game. Look, this game, there is a financial aspect to it, but I would hope the majority of the people playing aren't playing because they're looking to get rich, or they're looking.
No, but
I'm not saying you are, but
get rich. But I'll be honest with you. Like when I first came across Upland, I saw the promos, I saw the play, earn, connect, and I heard the earn part of it. Being from the crypto side of things, the earn part of it was the bit that attracted me initially. I'm like, okay, I can play a game, cool, check. I can earn a game, check, and I can connect, cool. And I've done all 3 of those things, or I'm doing all 3. I obviously haven't earned anything. I'm massively in the red at the moment. If you want to compare how much I've put into the game and how much I've taken out, since I've taken out 0 cents to date.
Yeah.
So, and again, I don't really plan on taking anything out significantly in the near future. Like my plan had always been probably till the end of next year before I even consider taking money out. Maybe that'll change. I'm not sure, but yeah. So the earn part of it, it's right there in their, their little logo, their advertisement, stuff like that. Play, earn, connect. It's smack bang there.
Within their whatever, their credo or whatever.
So. Yeah, I looked at what was on the table, what you can do, what you can't do. I learned the game and how to play it, stuff like that. So, and to me, the best, I had the time. I was able to use the time both at work or at home to treasure hunt. So I'm like, okay, well, that's the avenue I'll go down. I mean, it benefited hindsight. I was better off not doing that, not spending the hours and dedication in the game, I feel anyway, and have just purchased, instead of purchasing 15,000 properties, I could have just purchased a stack of Spark. And yeah.
Well, I guess you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but would you have had the money to purchase 60 60,000 Sparklet.
Probably not, but I wouldn't have needed to purchase 60,000 Sparklet to end up with the same amount of Spark I will at the end of this. You understand what I'm saying? So when this whole thing's done and dusted, had I purchased, say, 15 Spark, you end up with a 4x from that. So like to get the same amount of Spark that I'll now take out what I purchased since the release on BitGet and stuff like that, because I purchased a fair bit on top of that. So yeah. Anyway, so if what if I guess we could what ifs all day long. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have purchased 60,000, 100%. I probably may have purchased 10 to 20, possibly, and then that would have turned into 40 to 80. But I don't know. I mean, but then I wouldn't have spent God knows how many, and it would be thousands of hours playing the game, contributing to the community. 1.5 million UPX or something like that in spends and cents. Purchasing the floor, like I'm not saying I single-handedly kept the Queen's floor up, because certainly not. There's way too many properties for me to be able to do it on my own. But I would suggest that purchasing 1,800 properties in Queens was a significant dent to the floor. There's plenty of other players that have plenty of properties in Queens as well, but I was up there in the top 10 of Queen properties.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate / silver lining guy, and I think you'll probably agree with me. Had you not done the work that you did, and had you not invested the time that you did, we would not be here right now. We wouldn't be here talking. No. If you just pissed off and you invested your however much money to get that, you probably likely would have missed the whole community aspect of Upland. You wouldn't have taken the time to invest in the game, not financially so much, but with your time and your effort and maybe passion. I think you would have missed out on a lot. And I think maybe, obviously, I don't think that Upland recognizes the value in that, which is.
But that's where I'm upset.
Yes, and that's 100% on them. But I think, again, I'm always a glass half full. We talked about this like 100 times. I think you've gained. I know I have. More than my fair share in value from the community aspect and the relationships and the I don't know, to some degree fun that I've gotten from the game than I ever could have had I just put money in.
And not engaged. 100%. 100% agree with that. And by far and away, the one thing that keeps me coming back is the community, is the engagement. I felt super bad about not doing the show last week, but because I like doing it. I like talking, and I mean, there was a time when I would talk about Upland all day, every day, if I could, with people. That passion is not as strong as it once was, and I hope that it gets back there again. I don't know what it's going to take.
Well, I'll probably maybe a swift kick to the balls, because I'm not going to let you go that easy.
But like I said, it's not about how much Spark I did or didn't get in this airdrop. It's all about the comparison between us and Purchase Spark. But even then, like, if I had it my way, I would piss them both off. I mean, it's done and dusted now. Yeah. It's not gonna. They're not gonna.
Well, it's an inequality issue.
But I mean, first of all, I've said it multiple times. I never needed to do these two airdrops in the first place. They shouldn't have done it. In itself, it's ruining the game. In my belief, like, of course, I'm not Dirk or anyone like that, and I certainly don't know the full understandings of the game, or and even Jonathan Sawyer made a good point in his interview with Ben, saying, "Look, you just don't know what Upland's plans are for the future."
I was gonna make that same point.
And I went, well, that's a really good point, and I guess there's some things that Upland can't just always share with us, but at the same time, they don't communicate shit with us at the best of times.
No, I think full stop. They're bad at communicating. There's no way around that.
But it doesn't matter what aspect of the game it is, they are terrible at communicating. Yeah. And that is the first thing they really do need to fix up. I mean, they've got community managers, stuff like that. I mean, to me, they're not, the whole team isn't even on the same page. Like the inconsistencies across the board, whether it be in the gameplay, UGC, other aspects, it's just information that comes out. The UCN members have meetings and get told certain stuff, and then it appears to be different when it actually gets implemented a week later. Like just the inconsistencies is super frustrating to understand. But then when information comes out, it's so vague. They use wording like exclusive. How often does that get used in some sort of context in a information release? And you're like, well, hang on, exclusive refers to a collection set of properties. So why are we using this word exclusive? Like, is this something that, like, you know, like just this, I guess, confusing. And it seems like every information that comes out these days, it just seems to be confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's almost a challenge now to see who can make the most confusing information. I don't know. That's probably a low
Maybe
blow.
that's maybe that's the insider game. They're taking shots for how many, questions they get on Discord or something. I don't know, but it makes me wonder, like, maybe where do they put their focus? Obviously, it's not in wordsmithing or community engagement. It's definitely not. It's definitely not communication.
Bugs not communication. It's not bugs. It's not user interfaces.
It could just be a bunch of awkward nerds doing, fucking technology, crypto shit, and they're like, I don't know how to communicate well because I live in a cave, and I'm a fucking intern fresh out of college who lived in a fucking cave, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to communicate effectively because I've lived my whole life on the internet. I don't know.
No doubt the last 12 months or so have been massively focused on getting Sparklet up and running.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us were like, okay, we'll give you some
grace.
Give you some grace, some string, whatever you want to, yes, a bit of leeway, because look, that was a big undertaking. I don't know what it takes to make a coin happen, all that sort of stuff. So I have to assume that it's not, something you can do in a day. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. I assume there is a hell of a lot of work and to make partnerships and deals. And I think overall, in terms of getting Sparklet out there and whatnot, they've done an absolutely fantastic job. I was very vocal about that when it was first announced, and still am. I'm still super. Okay, let's rephrase from that. I'm still somewhat bullish on Sparklet. I think its potential for this upcoming crypto bull run is phenomenal, especially if it starts to get. If Upland gets talked about in the same realms as Sandbox and Decentraland, if we get on their same level, the future is so freaking bright. It's not funny. Not to mention that we think we're a better game and that we should surpass them. Like the sky really is the limit. But a lot of things can go wrong between now and then, and that's sometimes what I'm worried about. But I mean, I think anyone that has any sort of constant engagement in the community can see at the moment there seems to be a disconnect with the community. People are sort of losing interest in the game at a time that should be really gaining interest.
It does seem that way. I was thinking about that the other day. Just like even the people, like even if you don't want to be super negative, there's just so many things kind of compounding. Like if it's not one thing, it's not like, okay, well, this thing isn't working, but all of these other things are working really well. Or, oh, hey, I don't really like this thing, but this thing is going really well. And right now it seems like racing's taking a shit, and people don't really like totems, and people have issues with Sparklet, and the leaderboards aren't working, and what are they doing with layer 2s? Where's the next what was it, quarterly update or whatever? Like where have these things been that we've been?
I always said that I don't think Upland should be doing Upland should be focused entirely 100% on layer 1. Layer 2 should have always been other people. I think racing should have been a layer 2 game done by maybe they made a deal with some other gaming company to come in and do it or something like that. I mean, there's a crap load of racing games out there that are even older ones or something like that. I mean, I don't know what it takes to create these games, but I would have preferred Upland to have had their focus 100% on the game itself and things like the UI. Like, I mean, if anyone that has any decent number of properties knows what it's like to try and fill a collection Like to
Yeah.
try and fill those international collections when you have 2,000 properties. Yeah. First of all, problem I've got 2,000 properties, but it's just such a fucking nightmare. Literally to the point where I left it for like 6 to 8 weeks before I sat down one day and went, right, I've got to do this because I'm losing UpX by not doing it.
Mhm.
But it's just an absolute, and I just, even now I'm looking at it going, "Ugh," like if I want to change a collection around, like I'd had to do one the other day and I had to take one out of Queens, which has 1,600 properties now. So that adds 1,600 properties to my availability list for that international node one or whatever it was. And to scroll through and find that right one, it can take 20, 30 minutes. It's just so, and that's just for one property.
Why don't you
And that's
use UPX land, which is on sale?
No, when you're looking through yours to add it to a collection. So you scroll
Oh
through
yeah,
the
because you
list.
can't search. That's right. You still
There
have
is
to-
not. I mean, even if they just put it in an order, like a number order, an alphabetical order, or
Mhm.
some bloody order, I don't know. But they don't. So there's no app. It's just a random list of properties. It's in no order. You can't search it. You can't even use the Control F, which once upon a time you could. You could scroll to the bottom of that list. I don't know what they've changed or how they changed it, but when I very first started playing and I didn't have many properties, you could scroll to the bottom of your list of properties and hit Control F and type in the address, and it would come up straight away. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to work anymore. So, I mean, even that was like a cool little hack, I guess, that worked well. But again, you got the white screen crashes that are just constant at the moment. I don't know what's causing that, what they've done. And obviously, the racing is a debacle. I got my first track the other day, and Levan and I did a race, just the two of us, and he got in front early, and then I just kept skidding out every single, every 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes. He ended up beating me by almost a minute. Like, he
Your
was on the other
track
side of the track
tough,
and make.
bro.
Sorry?
Your track is tough.
I try to make it that way.
I did a race on that the other day. There's almost
Yeah, I was
nowhere to
pissing
move.
myself laughing. There is. You just got to do it right. But
I know, but I'm just saying, like, for the one time I raced, I was like, where the fuck am I going to boost out on this damn thing? Because you have very small straightaways, a lot of fucking turns. It's awesome.
That's the whole idea. Because racing, especially with karts, I think, and karts, there's plenty of places you can use a boost.
Oh yeah, in a car, it's a different story.
Karts, it's a little bit long for a kart because it's 1.6 miles. So people are looking
Shorter
for
than
that
mine.
1 mile. People are looking for the shortest tracks possible. But it does lend itself to being a good kart. I think that was the plan anyway, to being a good kart race. Plenty of, like I said, plenty of places you can boost and plenty of turns, which is where you can really make up time and gain people on our corners. Yeah, it was. I deliberately did it that way to focus more on corners, so people couldn't just sit and be boring. It's like, you actually had to do the race. So we'll do a race today, but what's the point?
Well, we could try the carts and see how long it takes.
No, because as soon as whoever gets in front, the other person's just going to spin out.
No, we don't touch the control. Or at least
it doesn't matter. You don't need to. You don't need to. It'll just spin out anyway. It'll just spin out anyway. Listen, the band beat me for almost a minute. I'm like, I know I'm not this shit at the game. And he's just laughing at me. I don't know if he realized what was going on. Because he got in front of me, and then all of a sudden, I just kept spinning out. Literally every 30 seconds, it'll just spin out.
You know what would be fun is if you jump into like your slowest car, and I take my stock car, trainer car, and we'll see if you staying in front, if you can stay in front the whole time by making me skid out.
It depends. It depends, because if I understand it correctly from listening to Master Mashef, is basically, I've got to be directly in front of you or change lanes to be in front of you. And when that happens, so if I'm directly in front of you and you move to the left, to one lane left, then I move one lane left and you'll skid out. That can happen from anywhere in front of you. So it can be half a track away or something, and it can still happen. So being able to work that out is hard to do when you're half a track in front. But so look, I mean, I don't like racing at the best of times, so I'll wait till next season before I do my next race. Look, I just did a track just because I could. It wasn't because I wanted any special, like, I'm not trying to plug it. I don't want any special acknowledgement, or I'm not going to try and build up on it. Like, I saw you say something about trying to buy a property on it. Like, I wouldn't. It's it's in the downtown of Washington, so it's super expensive.
I want to.
Well, if you want to, go ahead. I mean, I don't think there's any vacant properties on it, because I would have bought them if there were, but there are vacant properties nearby. But You're looking at hundreds of
It's
thousands
our
of bucks.
nation's capital's first track,
Yeah,
Warley.
that I can always say that I had the first track in Washington. Yeah, 100%.
The
And
first
it's not smack
national
bang in.
track
It's not
in
smack
the
bang in front
District
of the
of
White
Columbia.
House, but it's relatively close to the White House.
I bet
Like,
you can see the White House in the background.
if they build it, yeah. It depends on how many buildings get built up around it first. Like, if a lot of apartments went up around the track and the neighbouring streets and stuff, then they'll probably block the view. But at the moment, yeah, they built it right now. Yeah, 100% you'd be able to see it, depending on the range, I guess, because there is that limitation of how far you can see stuff away.
Yeah, you might even be able to see some of the other monuments too, because you're pretty close to all that shit.
Well, it's in the downtown. It's right. It's out the front of the White House in the downtown area, like between the White House and I think it's like Pennsylvania Avenue. So
Yeah,
it's not on Pennsylvania, but that curvy bit that you were talking about, is just a roundabout, or what we call in the European world the roundabout. I think you call it traffic circle.
no, we call it roundabout.
Yeah.
Well, at
I
least we
saw-
do it in Oregon. Maybe other places don't. In
I
Oregon,
saw somewhere
we
else
call
they
it fucking
referred to it as a
roundabout.
traffic circle, and I was like, huh, what?
Traffic
Um,
circle.
So it was just a roundabout. So basically, I was trying to make a hairpin turn. That was what the whole idea of that roundabout, trying to incorporate the roundabout into the track, was to make that hairpin turn, which a lot of the good tracks in the world will have.
Yeah,
So that was just the thought there. So, and then most of the layout of the track was just where my 4 properties were. So I had to sort of incorporate those a little bit. I initially had a lot more turns in the track, but it went up to the 2.5 mile sort of range, and I was like, no, we need to shorten this. So I made it a little bit shorter by cutting out some turns and making some more long straightaways, so to speak.
Can
Which
I?
you still,
Today actually, this is just gonna continue going into track stuff. But I've been talking to this guy. His name is Caped Madman. Have you heard of him? So I don't remember exactly how I connected with this guy. He sent me a message. I think maybe he won something from me a while back. Turns out he's got some like software or something. Anyway, we were talking the other day about my racetrack, and he has an app that he built for racing for Upland. And we got into a conversation about that. And I've looked into it a little bit. I need to dive further into it, but with racing being fucked off the way it is, I just haven't yet. But we were talking the other day about me trying to figure out my trackside properties and people that own them. And so I asked him, I said, hey, do you know if there's any way to do this? He said, I think there is, but I don't know. So I reached out to Buellaman. Buellaman was like, I was able to do it. I think he got it for his properties. And it's something he's working on his site, but not something that's out yet. So I was like, okay, so it can be done, but it's just not out for everybody. So me and Cape Madman haven't talked for a little bit. He shared some stuff with me, just random stuff. But then today he reaches out and he's like, hey, I've got a list of all of your trackside properties. Now, I don't know exactly how he did it, but let me show you this. Let me share my screen here. And I was super, super stoked. So I think it's this one. So I don't know how he got this data exactly. I think he maybe pulled out the blockchain or what, I don't know. But it has the address, you know, if it's a corner lot, building type, if it's finished. There's some data here about UPX USD, the mint price, last price, you know, up squared, owner, all of this information, more information than I was putting together. And then it says, you know, what side of the track it's on, if it's on the outside or the inside.
oh, cool.
And so it looks like I have 209 properties on here, which is more than I thought. But I was like, holy shit, this is fantastic. The only downside I have right now is that I think he told me that the owners of the the properties, these owners are the original owners when the track was built or when it was put into the game.
That may
And
have changed.
yeah, it likely has changed. Something he also is tracking is if they're active or if they're a real player. And he was telling me, let me look here.
What's the difference between active and real?
If it's like a bot account, or if it's like a dead player, not dead as in like, you know, they're deceased or something, but they're not active at all. Like they're not playing the game. So I think he told me in here, he said, he's got some other cool shit he's doing. And I didn't, he just is doing this out of kindness of his heart. So, he says, I've added active real player and offered columns. I think the player is active in the game, not a dead player. A real player means that they are not a multi-account player. And offered means that I have offered to buy a property and I've had no response, which might suggest they're either dead or a multi-account player. And then he says, at the moment, he would guess that 10% of my trackside property owners are dead players, which means they're just not active.
That's
Which is-
to be expected, yeah.
Yeah, which is interesting information.
And we're having the same problem. I'm doing this similar project in Cosme Velo in Rio with another node, and there are some properties that people just aren't active at all.
Right.
If they put them up for sale, even if it's a high price, I guess there is a way you can get them to be active again. But unfortunately, across the board, it's always going to be the problem. So us getting to 100%, I've always said, is probably a near impossible task. The only way you'll ever get to 100% is to buy out the whole neighborhood yourself, or a group of people that are all committed. Look, so 209 properties, so we're not too far off the one property being worth or 0.5%. That's good information, and clearly, if and when we get these map assets and we can start doing it, we can start figuring. I mean, that's a great point to start. You can start mapping out the track and working out that. I think, are we going to go with the sector 1, 2, and 3? So different colors for different sectors. So then you need to just work out what properties, what part of the track they are, so we can get the right colors to them.
Yeah. Also, one other thing that he was talking about that I thought was really cool that he's able to do, which I got to find a way to incorporate this, but this part's pretty neat. He was saying that he's going to do a building heat map of the track, which will show how far away from your track you will be able to see buildings while you are racing on it. And then that's something we can use to help let other players know which properties there are outside of the track that putting a building on would make the track look more interesting. And then, yeah, not only just having people build on the track side properties, but also the properties, within the track, like inside the track and outside. So that way you can see like, the depth of it, which I think is a super rad idea.
That to me is almost stage 2 type. Once we've got stage 1 up and done, so you've got pretty much everyone built up around the first layer, so to speak, and the fences all put up. And then maybe you start trying to build out, so to speak. So maybe, I mean, that's a fantastic idea. I mean, obviously you want Granada Hills to be booming anyway. So, I mean, I think this is something maybe for a few months down the track when we, assuming all goes well with map assets and we get players on board, we'll start getting this incentive system going. And I was thinking about that actually, because between you and I don't know how many properties we own between you and I on the track. I assume it's probably 10% or more. I was thinking, so once we have ours built up and fences put up, we'll count ours towards the overall percent that's completed. But if one of our properties, say we do the draw, say we're up to 30%, we do the draw for the 30 grand for that month, and one of our properties, so I think the easiest way to do it is just to have a list of properties that are done, or have fences up and then just put them in the will, so to speak. And if it's one of ours that wins, then it jackpots to the following week.
Yeah, I like that idea.
So, because obviously there's no point you and I winning any prize. There's no point
No.
in me giving myself money. So that way, I mean, the alternative is we don't count ourselves at all, and then that takes away from the percentage for the pool. So I like the idea of a jackpot. So if you and I do win, and if it goes 2, 3, 4 months in a row, where somehow you and I mean, let's face it, I'd never win anyway, although because I'm not going to win, it probably will be me. If a jackpot's 2, 3, 4 months in a row, then so be it. And I'll just have to keep that up extra side. And one day, maybe someone will finally get a massive, well, hopefully a decent payday. But again, it all depends on how many people get on board as quick as possible, and pump these map assets out as fast as possible. I'm going to need to get my map asset showroom finished in Granada Hills so I can put stuff over there.
Yeah, you are.
I know I've got a lot of spark, but it's spread out pretty thin at the moment. So, maybe I'll ask for some assistance from people to help me build that out. It's only a small showroom, so it shouldn't take too much.
I was looking on here. I see Laban. We're not sure if he's a real player or not, or if he's even active. I think that's very concerning.
Dodgy as fuck. That.
Yeah, I don't. This is really concerning. Whether or not he's real or not. So I'm something that we need to look into for sure. So I mean, across the board, here he is again. Still unknown. Scory 23, also suspect. Just saying, we don't know if you're real or not. We don't know if you're a multi-accounter or a bot.
Oh, you got Caesar there. I haven't actually seen Caesar pop up much lately.
Hey,
he used to be everywhere all the time.
I know. We know Caesar's real.
Yeah,
okay?
we know he's real.
Right here.
We know he's a quality community. Vape Pie guy. There you go. So you got underneath me there, Vape
Pie guy. Another highly suspecting person. They could be a bot or a multi-accounter. I don't know. I talked to him the other day, and I'm still not sure if they're real. Okay. Swarley's been confirmed. That's good to know.
Yeah. Albeit old and cranky.
Yep. Jimmy Jester.
Psychoda is real. It's just it's a sniper account, I'm pretty sure.
This one is?
The one underneath.
Oh, Blue 28?
No, that one, Psychoda.
Yeah, that's one I was on.
Yeah.
That's a sniper account?
Jimmy. I think so.
That motherfucker.
Doesn't mean they're not playing or they won't contribute. I mean, we can reach out.
It could be a multi-accounter. It could be a dirty fucking sniper.
I think it is. I could be wrong, but I think it is a sniper account.
Okay. What else we got here? Cape Madman, he has confirmed that he is real.
That's good.
Okay. I can appreciate that. What else? Anybody else on here that we're not sure about? Let's go down to the bottom. Oh, look at all these Scory 23s that we just don't know if they're real.
Tell you what, Scory gets on board early. If the map assets come out and he gets on board early, he could be cleaning up from me early days with those properties. And
he's got a lot.
I'll be more than happy to supply as many as I need to him just to get the track, because we need to get the easy ones done first just to start showing what it can do. I mean, it's not going to look perfect because it's just not possible to make it look perfect.
Right.
We can try and make it look as good as we can.
Stinky Pete, we don't know if Stinky Pete's real or not. That's upsetting.
I've come across. I feel like I've had something to do with Stinky Pete in the past.
There is a guy.
I hope Caesar's taking a bit of a break. Like I don't know. I mean, Caesar might just be lurking all the time. I don't know, but
yeah,
there's this Blake
Carlock owns quite a few properties on this track.
Yeah,
I noticed.
You need to reach out to him sooner rather than later and see if you can get some sort of response.
Yeah, I know. Boydern reached out to me the other day. Had some very nice.
1.8 million worth. Obviously, it's only just a director, and only just a director and very
Yeah.
well maybe MIA from the game.
Yeah,
And we can go look at transactions on the blockchain to see when the last transaction was, which will give you a good indication as to how active they are. But
hmm But yeah, this is some good information. I was very excited when he sent this over to me because I've been working on this, but I've only got like a third of the way through it, and now I have more information I know what to do with. All I need to do now
if he's done
is
this by hand, holy fuck! And if he's done this by some sort of download or something, awesome. How the hell do you do it? Oh,
Yeah, this is some next level information shit right here.
see, and you'd be able to sort that too by
Yeah.
owners, something like that. So like alphabetically. So I think if you highlight it all and then sort by the owner
Yeah.
column,
It's going to be this button right here.
yeah. So you can get an idea of how many properties each person owns.
Mm-hmm. Caesar's got a grip.
Yeah, Caesar could take Scory on for
Yeah,
them,
Keith Madman's
and Caesar
got-
doesn't mind it. Caesar's like Levan, doesn't mind winning a thing or two here and there.
Yeah. Who else has got a few?
You
I've got a couple.
Considering it's your track, it's a bit slack.
Dude, hey, I'm only a director, man. I'm doing the best I can.
You are. Levan, there's only got two. Oh, Levan.
Azias, I think that we don't even know if they're a real player. Very
Well, they've
concerned.
8.7 million, so it's a reasonable size account.
Yeah.
Again, so those bigger ones that you're not sure about, you need to start reaching out to them sooner rather than later. Because they might only log in once a month or something, so you need to try and get their attention and go, look, you know.
What up, babe?
Let's do it. Apparently, he is real.
Yeah, there he is.
If you missed it, we were just debating whether you were real or not.
Based on this list that we have, that Kate Madman has or has not confirmed if they're a real person. I wonder if. Oh yeah, I think Vape High Guy is going to be down here.
It'd be last, the B of B, so it'd be like, right.
Yeah, this
Okay,
was a property.
fine.
So to be fair, I have given away like 4 properties on the racetrack that I
well,
own.
And that was one of them.
This is one of them. Yeah, we actually swapped. I traded him this property, which is interesting because he wasn't there originally when the track was put up. I don't think, or maybe he was. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, yeah, we swapped racetrack property. So
You might have done that when you're in the development stage.
I think I did it. Maybe it was right before
Because I know I bought
it
mine
came online.
when you're in the development stage, so you announced it or something like that, and you showed where it was, so I went through and bought half a dozen.
Well, this was late. This was not even that long ago when I swapped with Vape High Guy. But anyway,
Oh, it shows that it's relatively recent. Yeah. It's definitely a great starting point. So,
yeah,
I mean, we can get that over. If we can get this up over 50%, like really fast, that'd be amazing. And
yeah,
then
I was
think
pretty stoked to get this from him. And like I said, when racing is back on track, no pun intended, he's got an app that he developed specifically for Upland, specifically for racing, which is called, I think it's called Billboards, where you can see what races are up. So like if you create a race or we could just look and see what kind of races, what MPS score, so that way you're not going into a race where you don't know what you're racing against, essentially. And you can send announcements and shit. I haven't looked super far into it. We've talked about it a little bit. I told him, I said, this sounds really awesome. I think maybe, oh, you did put a car in there. I think maybe at the time when you launched it, maybe it was just bad timing, but I really want to try to, at least with my track, make a push with the app, because I think it is like a super cool thing, and maybe we can get some traction with
I mean,
it.
if that's something he wants to play, or get him to come on the show and they can plug the app.
I would love to, yeah.
And yeah, maybe we can be his test case or something for him, and maybe we can get him to add in a column there for participant in the track fencing somehow, like a yes or a no. So that way you can easily sort the properties that have been fenced off.
Yeah.
And then you put that into the wheel. because I think that's the easiest way to work out how to give away the prize each month. So at the end of on the last, or maybe the first show or the last show of each month, we'll work it out later. We'll spin the wheel for however many properties are on there, and whatever that percentage is. If it's 50%, well then I'll give away 50 grand up to 100%. And as I just said before, if you or I, one of our properties wins, well then it'll jackpot.
Yeah, just carry it over.
So next month could be worth almost double, although maybe not double, because hopefully the next month will be worth more because people have received their map assets and put them on. So we'll work on it. So hopefully we're not too far away. I mean, they've been submitted for a number of weeks now, so hopefully we get an answer in the next week or two. It'd be nice. And then I need to get the factory up and running and pumping. I do have a large factory for map assets which isn't working at the moment, so I do need to build something else in there in a minute. But although you did jump the gun on me a little bit the other day, speaking of building stuff, like I gave you that micro house, but I wasn't ready to really put it out there publicly yet because I'm building.
Oh shit! Sorry.
It's all right. It's all good because obviously I was going to do some sort of announcement anyway, like because there is 6 of them all up, but only 4 have been approved so far. So I was really hoping that the apartment version of it would get released before I announced it, and I was going to try and do a bit of a deal with it leading into the next season because they are for the next season.
Well, 6 Uplanders may have seen it.
Well, let's make it 8 then. So
the cat may not yet be out of the bag.
I would say that it's exclusive for Volga Uplander listeners, but we might just.
Oh, LeBandit gave me some map assets to give away, so I should probably announce that. So, I'll do, I guess, kind of what Ben does. The giveaway thing works, so that's great. I can use that, and we'll just remind people throughout the show what the hashtag is. What should it be? LeBandit? Hashtag LeBandit?
Why not?
Yep. All right. I'll type in hashtag LeBandit. Type that in there, and then at the end of the show, we'll give like 3 map assets away. Leban map assets. Let me update this ticker. Or maybe I can't update the ticker. I don't know. How the fuck do I? Oh, there it is. Hashtag LeBandit. We win some map assets. End of the show. Okay, save. There we go. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna do some sharing. So I'll do some selfless promotions here.
Yeah, do some promotions, bro.
The selfish, or whatever you want to call it, promotions of the Wally part of the episode. All right, so if anyone was watching Elsake the other day, I gave him a version of this, although the one without the police on it. So what I did.
Oh, you.
So the current one has not the word police because apparently that's a no from Upland.
You can't use the word police.
But otherwise, everything else is the same. There is no Easter eggs. I saw you looking and I was giggling. I mean, I couldn't.
I know. I wanted to find something.
Later. No, well, Upland sort of poo-pooed most of them. The only one I got away with, which is the one that you well and truly know about. Everything else I tried to do, they knocked back and went, "Nope, you can't have fun with it."
Yeah, so, the no fun police kicked in, and they said, "Fuck you."
So, for anybody that are interested in getting these map assets, they're not for sale yet. I will have them for sale. Probably put them up leading into the next in that break during the 2 seasons. So they are going to be. These are harvest season map structural ornaments. They will be very reasonably priced. I'm certainly not out there to absolutely pillage the community. So obviously the micro house version of it.
That would be
Yeah, but-
criminal.
Small town, so that's what all the signs look like now with this thingy. So we've got the small townhouse V1 version of it. So no Easter eggs, unfortunately, just a boring. The fuzz. I'm not allowed to call it the police. The fuzz station.
You didn't put your Aussie logo on it anywhere.
No. I've decided to stop doing that. I didn't like it because you had to shrink it so small and you lose so much quality. It just looked bad.
Oh.
I like if it came out clear and crisp, I would have done it. It got away with it on your map asset because it was so much bigger. So I started doing it, and then I got rid of it. Even from the fences, I got rid of it.
Gotcha.
So the V2, this is the only one that does have an Easter egg in it. Actually, I should wait for that to load. Why is that not loading?
Don't crash your computer again. This one
No.
does have an Easter egg, you say?
Yeah, this, and you know about this Easter egg.
Do I?
So you do.
Okay.
So again, basically they're all pretty much the same build and the same theme. This one's got the little Easter egg of the pile of donuts on the roof. And the reason why I did that, and I'll even bring this across and share it now. Pause you. So you're seeing my upland at the moment, yeah?
Yes.
All right, so I might even swap this over actually. So this is why I've been buying the donut stands and the police carts.
I didn't even know your donut factory was done yet.
I don't have the donut factory. What do you mean by that?
The police station.
Um,
The one with the donuts on top.
yeah, no, they got approved last week. So I'm producing them now. That's why I wasn't really ready to put them out there because I'm only just starting to produce them now. So I'm trying to get them
Gotcha.
to.
Well, I done fucked up. Is this one on your track?
Yeah, so this is on my track. So
Yeah,
that's-
I remember seeing the rainbow fencing. That fencing looks actually really good.
Yeah, so I made this fence for my missus, so she sells them in her shop. So just go search Pride Fences. And she's only got the one shop, which is in Queens. However, if and when Elslack gets his fence done and approved, we probably do an exchange where we swap one for one, and he can sell Pride in LA, and I'll sell his track, or she'll sell his track in Queens. So it'll be a little bit of a spread, I guess.
Yeah. The footprint on those isn't even bad. You can't even hardly tell. Like from here at least, like you couldn't tell.
It's not terrible. It's a lot better than the original fence that I made for her.
Yeah.
They had some really bad. Yeah, so they had some really bad. I don't care about my construction. I'll come back to that later.
Yeah, I
had
just
some
know that was something we talked about.
really-
Like could be funky, but
really bad
yeah,
gap.
actually
So-
looks good.
And if you look at it close, like if you look at it just at a glance, like it doesn't look too bad. You can see like the small gaps between the panels.
Sure.
Like, you can see how there's a bit of a gap there. But the other thing also, and I did a bit of a dodgy here, you can see there's one panel sideways because there's a bit of a gap I didn't like. But
But it works out. I mean,
here there's actually, so what I created when I made it the fence, I created like the panels, but I also created like a single picket, so one with rails and one without rails.
mhm.
So you can use the single pickets to fill in those small gaps. So I'll show you what I
Look at the
mean.
big brain on Swarley.
So the whole idea was it was kind of trying to do like a one size fits all type fencing. So you've
Oh,
got your
LeBandit himself.
Hey, he's woken up. Good morning, LeBandit. So you've got the whole panels, so you can see the big green patches. And I hate the way this interface works. It's so hard to piss off this stupid thing. This thing here is just a pain in the effing ass.
I know. I fucking hate that thing.
So you've got the single panel here. You've got the panel with rails, and then I had a little bit of a gap there I didn't like, so I slotted,
It worked out.
a sideways one in there, which from a glance you can't even see, but
You wouldn't
it
even
was-
notice it if you didn't point it out.
Exactly. But that's the whole idea of her fencing system was to. I heard the Pride fence. Like I created a white one initially, just a white picket fence, and she was like, "Oh, but I want one in the Pride colours," because she's very pro or for people's rights and whatnot. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, right, I'll do that for you. That's easy enough to do." So I made them for her, so they're hers, and that's what she produces in her little factory over in Queens. So, but as part of the person that made them for her, I get dibs. I buy them at like 10% of what she sells them for, so I get a good price. I think that's fair enough considering I made them for her.
Yeah, I think that's a fair trade.
So, so later on, so I wanted the donut stand, and then obviously I'll stick a police sign out here as well. I haven't produced any yet. I haven't made them. So getting back to, and then so they're the 4 that I've got approved at the moment. So there's a ranch house. The ranch house had some Easter eggs in it too, but Upland went, no, you can't have fun. So it's just what it is. So those 4 will be available before the start of harvest season, and they are all harvest season map assets. And then to go with that will be a harvest season structural ornament, and then there'll be also a map asset that goes with it. I am going to give these away to people that buy the structural ornament. So whatever the price is set, and like I said, they're going to be pretty low, so probably lower than what you think. Hopefully lower than what you think. So all you need to do to get one of these is to hit me up saying that you bought one, and I will work out either a burner exchange or a one UpX sale. I've only got a couple of showrooms. I don't have many. I've only got one in. I'm building a bunch, but I've only got 2 currently, and one in Chicago and one in Queens. So
I can always help you out with those too. You send me some. I can post them in my showroom, and they can just go pick them up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we can do that. But so if you do buy if you buy the structural ornament, then just send me a message saying you bought one and you want the map asset, and we'll work out how you want it delivered basically, and we'll work that out. So again, I'll do a bit of a flyer and a Twitter campaign probably in about a week or 2's time. At the moment, I was just trying to produce them, so I need to get a whole bunch ready to go. So I'm trying to get to like about 50 of each.
Do you want to talk about your thing that you're promoting right now on X?
I guess I can do this. So, and I've seen a lot of people comment and retweet, but you're missing the point. So, so this is, I haven't seen anyone do this before. I'm not saying it hasn't been done before. I just haven't seen it myself. So I'm doing what's called a silent auction. We've seen auctions plenty of times in Upland before, and Upland themselves used to run a whole bunch of them through Discord and stuff like that. So I want to do something. I'm not trying to get the highest price for these. I'm not trying to make 1 million UpX or anything stupid like that. I'm just putting it out there, and hopefully I do make a little bit. I'm not trying to just give them away. So I'm hoping that there are a few decent offers that come in, but I'm not trying to have you guys compete against each other. If there's 2 people that really wanted it, I don't want you competing each other. I just want you to put down the price that you'd be happy to pay with it, and then obviously whoever puts down the best price will get them. So that's why I'm doing the silent auction. So you can either message me through obviously personal messaging in Twitter you can do, or in game or on Discord, same name in all 3. If you can't find me, you're doing something wrong. So what it is where I'm not giving away, but selling the 3 first mints. So I've got all 3 available now. So Upland finally gave me the standard towers. So I have all 3 first mints. That obviously people want the number 1 mints. I'm not too worried about them myself, but happy to sell them at a fair price. There is already offers out there, so they will be sold. I can tell you that much. I won't tell you how many offers or what the offers are.
Well, that would defeat the whole purpose of the silent auction, wouldn't it?
So, but they, like I said, they 100% will be sold. The reserve price has already been met, which is clearly written down here anyway, so I'm not giving anything away by saying that. So it's just a matter of whether you want to put a bid in, and if you put a bid in and you're already been beat, it doesn't matter, because by just putting a bid in, which any genuine bid I've put in here, so I'll be giving away 3 towers, so additional towers, so obviously not the first mint ones, to all valid bids. So basically, you just got to bid higher than the reserve, and you go into the draw to win one of the 3. So I'll be giving away one of each variety for those people that do put a bid in. So I'm not going to again tell you how many people have bid so far, but I'd say there's a good chance if you do put a bid in that you'll have a good chance of winning one of 3. Or additionally, if you don't want to even do that, then you can just quote the tweet or the X post, whatever it's called this day. So in brackets quote, I probably should underline it, highlight it, put a different color in. Because for me, that was to try and get more eyes on it. So get it out there. The more people requoted it, the more people would see it, and hopefully maybe 1 or 2 interested parties would view it. So and I can easily look at through here the engagements on it, view post engagements. So I can see there's lots of people have liked it. So if I go to the likes, I can see stacks of people liking it so far, reposts, which is cool. I appreciate all the engagements I get for it, but this is the one that you need to do. You need to quote it. So these people have quoted it, and again, I'll show this because anyone can see this online.
Fine, I'll go quote it right now. It was in my car when I did it originally.
Yeah. So for the 4th prize, so the last one, which is just going to be a random, which again will be drawn on the show at the end, probably on that 30th. I think I've worked out the dates right on the 30th of this month. So it'll be a random draw for which one it is. So it'll be like 1. So we'll probably put on the draw like 1 instance of the exclusive, 2 instances of the limited, and 3 instances of the standard. So there'll be 6 on there, and then we'll spin that, and whichever one comes up is what you'll win. And all you need to do to get that one is just repost with the quote. So you need to do the quote one. So, which forces you to put some sort of comment in here like, oh, this is an awesome giveaway, I wish I could win, or wish I could buy it, or I want this, or just purely because I just want to try and get more eyes on it. So, and see if this is successful. If it is, I'll do it again in the future. If it's shit, then this will be the last one we ever try it. So, well, it's only been a day so far. The response has been relatively good so far. It hasn't been overwhelming, but it's been relatively good. That's it really. So if you want a collection, all mint ones of the Swirly, not Spark, but Swirly Towers, then get on board and chuck in a bid, and maybe if you don't get the mint ones, you might still get one for free.
Now I just got to find your post so that I can retweet it. God, I see some weird shit on Twitter. I'm scrolling through trying to do this the hard way. I should just, what the fuck? What sort of shit is my algorithm pulling up? I got fucking squids and octopi roaming the streets, and trans people walking down the streets, and Jeremy Clarkson, and upland stuff, and then maggots. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at here. The ocean. What in the fuck? Sorry, I don't ever really look at this. Now I have videos of Alex Morgan retiring. I could look at that all day, but we'll.
All right, well, that's all interesting.
On.
But why don't you give away the first Le Bandit?
Don't sass me. How would you ever do like that again?
We're not even sharing, so if you're not going to share,
I'm just trying to find your fucking post so that way I can quote it. Hold on 1 second.
You just want to win another free one, do you?
No, I don't. I just want to get your bullshit out. That's all I want to do. There it is. There's Swarly. There it is. There you are. And I will go to your thing. I'll be ready in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Quote. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, Swarly. Just kidding.
You can write that if you want. That might get more engagement.
I did. You'll see it. All right. Now I'm not looking at Twitter anymore.
I just got a notification on Twitter. I wonder what that could be.
Let's go look at it.
Oh, look. It's just popped up. Oh.
Look at that. Fuck you.
I'll even like that. Why not?
Why not? Oh, okay. You want me to give one of the Labandit gravestone thingies
How
away?
many you got to give away? So,
I'm gonna give away 3.
all right, let's do one now, one later, and you're gonna do one for maybe people during the week.
No,
No, you only want live people.
I don't respect people that don't watch live.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
That is harsh, yeah.
Considering that's most of your country.
Yeah, that's true. I could 100%. I could do that.
I'd say one now, one at the end.
And then one for the non-live participants.
Put a comment in there.
Okay, yeah. If they so if you're watching this not live, put hashtag Labandit in the comments of this video.
And if you are live, you can still do it and maybe win twice.
That's right. And then at some point before next Monday, I'll give one away.
And I think LeBandit should put his own hashtag in there. And if he wins, he has to give twice as many away.
Oh shit! Do it. You've been called out, LeBandit. You can't bitch.
He
out
wins
now.
everything, so fuck him.
I know.
And every time he says he doesn't win, he wins like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, on his birthday, the most
Yeah.
winningest piece of shit I've ever seen.
That was funny. It was worth it though.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
I mean, it probably could have, but we'll take what we can get. I mean, did you see what he said earlier today? I damn near spit out all my soda while I was driving when I saw him.
I must admit, I fell a bit behind because I obviously went to bed at 2 a.m.
It was when he was talking to you.
I was at 2 a.m. Like, let me go back and refresh my memory.
It was.
Oh, are you talking about the loud bang?
Yes.
I won't go any further than that, but yeah, I did like that comment.
I had just gotten to my car and I'm starting to drive and I'm, being a bad driver and reading that and I fucking.
Imagine if I did hear a loud bang. Yep, I heard it from Norway. Like this, if there was something that happened in my neighborhood, a car backfire or something like that. No, that was a band from Norway.
Oh my god, yeah, that was awesome. I thought I was the fucking gross one in our chat, but
I think he's starting to loosen up a little.
I think so. I'm liking it. I don't feel so what's the juvenile, I guess, but whatever. I won't elaborate any further. All right, we'll give one away. LeBandit, you bastard. I wish I could just put it in a forum, but I can't. All right, let's.
Your name in.
4 entrants for this one. Here we go. Let me share this. Okay, this is for, I don't know, one of them. I don't know which one. Here we go. It better not land on me. I'll be pissed. Okay. Scory 23 wins a thingamajigger. Wins a gravestone map asset from LeBandit. I will reserve that in my. Well, we do it one of 2 ways. You can send me a burner thing, and then you can get it from me directly, or I'll put it in my showroom in Kansas City, and you can pick it up there for 1 UPX.
Do you only have the one map asset showroom at the moment, do you?
Yes, I only have 1 map asset showroom. Yes, I do.
Do you have one building at the moment or anything? Or...
I wish I'm gonna work on it. That'll be my next.
Oh, because we need to get one. Yeah, all right. So I've got one building in. It's only got the minimum stake at the minute, but in Granada Hill, so I need to get that up built.
Yeah. I have my factory built in Granada Hills. I just need to put a showroom in there. I was actually looking for a property big enough to put a showroom in. I just haven't.
500 up squared's about the right size. You can go slightly smaller if need be, but 500 is a good size. You can get away with closer to 400. But then you start to lose a bit of space for a bit of inventory. But yeah, you look if you can get 500 or bigger, that's the perfect size.
I bought a decent sized one not too terribly long ago. I just don't know where I put it. I didn't put it anywhere. I just don't know where it's at. Because I don't know. I'll find it. I'll see. Because I think I bought it with the intention of putting a showroom on it. I just don't remember. Like this one's 200, but I don't remember where it's at. I'll find it though.
200 and something's not big enough.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky to fit the showroom on it, let alone any stock.
Yeah, I know. It's story of my life. Never big enough.
Speaking of showrooms and factories, did you end up buying that one, the Bandit? The one, because he obviously wants a structural ornament factory.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, because we were talking about whether or not. Well, he was talking about.
Bloody good buy, not cheap though. But
what was the markup?
31%.
Oh, that's not bad.
Pretty much smack bang in the range of what the current prices are. It's probably, maybe, given that they do go into the 20s, maybe it's a fraction low, but considering it had a factory on it already, I think at 31% with a factory, pretty bloody good deal. And that alone, that alone, just putting that in the standard Detroit collection would yield better than any other collection in the game, because you're looking at more than a 3x multiplier on what you spent.
Yeah, it was a fair amount of USD though, wasn't it? Yeah.
But he said he was going to buy it, and he was in the car, so on his way over there to apply for he said factory license. I like that. I haven't heard anyone call it a license before, but
leave it to the Bandit to say something weird.
I was like, that makes sense. It works. I mean,
yeah, I mean it does.
I wasn't saying it was weird. I was just like, I like that. It's a license to produce stuff, sort of, maybe, possibly.
I was this is completely off topic. This, as you know, I tend to get that way. I was driving today because I have a lot of time to think in my car, and I was thinking I was going to hit you up, but then it would defeat the purpose or the thing, our agreed upon thing where we don't plan the show in advance. We just do whatever we do. So I figured I'll just wait and we'll talk about it. I won't even tell you. I was thinking about stereotypes, and I don't know why I was thinking about like Australian stereotypes, but we had the conversation about things about America, like your understanding of America versus maybe what reality truly is. And I was curious, and I was going to make some kind of game out of this, but just taking stereotypes, and you tell me a stereotype you think of America, and I'll tell you whether it's true or not. And then I could do the same about Australia, because I don't know.
Well, if there's a stereotype out there, the issue with this is there's no right or wrong answer to it. Because there's going to be an element, doesn't matter what you're talking about, there's going to be an element of truth to any stereotype, because that's where they stem from.
Of course.
So if you're going to say all Aussies bogans, well, no, not all Aussies are. Absolutely not. But
well, first of all, I would never say that because I barely know what a bogan is.
We've had this discussion. It's like the redneck, the Australian version of a redneck. Very similar. There's some slight differences, but very similar. And the short answer is no. The Aussies aren't bogans as per se, but there's definitely an element of it. There's definitely certain people in this country that would consider themselves bogan, and proudly at that as well. So
yeah, same here with rednecks. There's people that identify as a redneck, which is whatever. I have lots of family that identify that way.
I mean, if you were to call me a bogan, I'd be like, I wouldn't be insulted. I'd be, no, I'm not. I'd be like, no, I'm not a bogan. I mean, I have a decent job. I've got decent money. I live a decent
So you're
life.
saying bogans
I'm
don't
not-
have decent jobs and don't make decent money? They're just
They can be, and there was an Australian TV show called Upper Middle Class Bogans or something like that, which wasn't a bad show. Which is basically exactly that. They did make decent money. I think one of them might have been a doctor or something. So they made even better money than I have in the past. But they did make decent money, but they still, it's hard to try and put it in like a definition of what a bogan exactly is. But bogans are a little bit. I don't know if cheap's the right word. Just again,
Or
I don't know how to say.
gross, degenerate.
I'm not saying any of those things. So again, to play that sort of game, I think if you thought about any stereotype across the planet, I think there'd be an element of truth. Yes or no to.
Don't overanalyze it, Swarley. That takes all the fucking fun out of it.
All right, give me an example then. Fire an example.
Unsophisticated, yeah. Like,
Yeah, that'd be a great way to describe it.
yeah, unsophisticated. You'd say the same thing about rednecks. All Australians say, put another shrimp on the Barbie.
No, that's an absolute flat no. We don't even call it shrimps. So that's an American word.
That's what I'm talking about. Those sort of things. Or
right,
Australians
so-
drink Foster's beer.
All right. Okay, so the throw the shrimp on another Barbie, I believe, came from a campaign by Hogan. I think, what's his name? Paul Hogan, maybe, who's an Australian actor who did the Crocodile Dundee movies.
Yeah.
So he's done an American ad, obviously from an Australian point of view, trying to. Well, I think it was for like Australian tourism or something. So he's done an Australian ad for the American audience, addressing, basically trying to tailor it to the American audience. So he's so that throw a shrimp on the Barbie, I think, came from that, which is something you guys call prawns shrimp. Well, we don't. We call them prawns. So you'll never, ever, ever hear anybody in this country say chuck it. And I don't even. I've ever seen anyone put a prawn on the Barbie anyway. I mean, sure it happens, but I don't eat seafood.
You guys use the term Barbie as a barbecue.
Barbecue, yeah, Barbie. We shorten everything.
Okay.
And then someone somewhere down the next generation will probably shorten Barbie down to B or something. I don't know. Bar. So the Australian shrimp on the Barbie, nope, 100% false. That's an American. It's like I said, Australians don't even use the word shrimp.
What about all Australians are dumb criminals because you were a penal colony?
Do I even need to answer that one?
Just throwing it out there,
We're all descendants from criminals. Well, I'm willing to bet that everybody is a descendant from a criminal at some point in the history. I mean, you just look at. I mean, you guys were founded by England just like we were, so they were quite barbaric back in the day. The
I believe
English.
we were founded by a Spaniard, Christopher Columbus.
Oh, the English colonies. The fair few of them sort of came over. That's what I was referring to. But a lot of the half your bloody cities and towns and stuff are named after English bloody places, like New England, for example. To us, prawns are freshwater and shrimp are saltwater. No, okay, so in Australia there are what's called yabbies, which are very similar to prawns, I believe. They're freshwater, so they're found in dams, farmers and that love them. I don't know where that name comes from. I've never eaten them myself. So I guess that's the freshwater version. There's the yabbies, and then prawns are the saltwater version. But yeah, I don't know. Where are you from, Vape? What country? Can't remember if you've said before.
What about Australians ride kangaroos?
What part of you even remotely thinks that's true?
None of it. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass here.
I know who you are.
What is Vegemite?
It's a yeast extract. I don't know. It was like a waste. I don't know the full details. I don't mind it myself.
Do you eat it on everything?
No, absolutely not. Like, you only put a small amount on like a sandwich, then you might mix it. Like, have a slice of cheese on there, and a cheese and Vegemite's quite common sandwich to have here. Hawaii, but from Minnesota. Okay, cool. So it's you might have toast with some Vegemite on it, so or a sandwich of Vegemite on it. But outside of that, I mean, there are some recipes that might incorporate Vegemite. They're a bit outlandish and stuff like that, but it's not a staple. It's just one of those things that Australians know that the rest of the world hates. So if we go overseas, we usually take it with.
I've never
Because
even
we'll
heard of
easily-
Vegemite.
Sorry.
I've never even heard of Vegemite.
Yeah, I know, but that's even better. You haven't heard of it. We go, here, try this stuff that's black and it looks like tar. And
I
so,
eat it.
I mean, the English have Promite, which I guess is a similar but
Promite?
different Promite. So it's a similar but different. It tastes very different. It doesn't even taste. My phone is about to go off in a minute. Oh, it's going off now because I need to do my last day of feeding.
That's annoying.
I'm
I'm looking up stereotypes on the old interwebs for the Australians.
So we don't have anything else upland to talk about. I saw you
I
didn't
don't
play. You didn't play poker yesterday, so
No, yeah. What was I doing yesterday? Oh, I was working, like, yeah, like a responsible adult. Yeah.
I woke up at 6 a.m. Was playing pretty well. Got to the final table with the chip lead, and then just got effed with my luck. I had pocket 10 beaten by the same player who doubled up on me twice in a row. Like, I raised with the pocket 10s. He went all in, so I called. He was on small stack at that stage, and he had pocket kings. I'm like, oh, you know, that's just luck. Like, there's not much you can do about it. And then literally like 5 or 6 hands later, I had pocket 10s again. I'm like, okay, well, I got burnt last one with these, so I'll play this a little bit slower. And then, so all the cards came out. 10s were still the highest cards on the board. There'd been a little bit of betting, nothing major. And then right at the end, he's gone a decent sized bet. So it wasn't all in again, but it was a decent sized bet. And so I called him thinking I'm good, and maybe he's just bluffing. No, he had 4-2 and hit a third 4 on the bloody river. And I was just like, oh, well, that's what happens when you go fast, you get burnt. You go slow, you get burnt. Oh, that's poker for you.
That is poker, yeah.
So,
yeah, I wish I could play, but like if it's not on a Saturday for me, it's gonna be difficult to play.
So yeah, so I went into the final table in first place and got knocked out on the bubble. Yeah, so that was the most annoying. And there was a bloke that sat there with 5,000 chips the whole time, and he went all in. I think only once in the whole time he went all in, and he doubled up. Like basically, the other guy had to call him because he didn't have much more left to call because the other guy was big blind.
Played extremely conservative and bled him out.
Well, you can't. And to be honest, at 6 a.m, I don't really care that much.
That's true. I mean, when you're on the bubble, you kind of care.
By the time I got onto the bubble, because obviously we started with 9. By the time I got to the bubble, I was already short stacked because I lost those 2 pocket 10 hands.
Oh, yeah.
So the game changed a little bit. Yeah, once you get to the bubble, but then you can use the bubble as a bit of a push as well, like especially against not so much the smaller stack because he has to push at some point, but against the other stacks, if there's 2 medium sort of size stacks, you can sort of bully them a little bit on the bubble because they don't want to get knocked out on the bubble. Even if they've got a good hand, they might be reluctant to call. So knowing full well they're just waiting for the small stack to lose. But yeah, I just 2 10s just ruined my final table hand. Like, it just took me from first place by a long, like I think I was at 40 thousand chips, and went all the way down to about 15,000, and in like second last spot sort of thing. So yeah, it is what it is.
Hold on, Vape's got something he was asking. Any cool assets you've seen other than Swarleys, which are badass? I need a cop shop on the track. Yeah, you do. The penguin thing, who the fuck makes that?
I haven't seen it. You have to find it and bring it up because I haven't seen it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Just search penguin in
yeah.
That's the easiest way to find stuff. And then obviously you can buy the police cart if you want a cop shop. Like, so you put one out the front. So there's a bloke in LA that's selling them for about 10, 15k each. I can't remember what the price is. I bought 12 of them, so I got a slightly better deal than normal.
How the hell do you spell penguin?
Don't ask me. I'm the terrible speller. I'm good at maths. I'm terrible at English.
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like I'm spelling it right, but it's not showing up. It must be something penguin.
Or maybe it doesn't have penguin in the name.
Maybe it doesn't have penguin in the name. Fuck. No. It must not have penguin in it. Damn it. What the fuck? It's like a robot looking penguin thing. It's like, yeah, steampunk might be it. What the fuck is this?
All right, starting the last day of my totem experience.
Sorry, what was the update thing you and LeBan were talking about today? You said it was 2 weeks late or something.
Oh, that they acknowledge there's a problem with the tracks racing, and they're gonna address it
Oh, where was that? I didn't see that at all.
in live updates.
Oh, it didn't show up for me.
So it's on Discord and in game. So if you look at live updates, you'll see Lisette, I think it was, that put it out, saying that they're aware of issues with the track and their team are addressing it, and will give further updates as soon as they have them. Something along those lines. Which, all well and good, and that should have been the case 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Better late than never, I guess.
Is there SupX has a cool, I like their I believe it's a map asset. I don't know what it's like, their logo thing. I just think it looks awesome. Let me see if I can find it. Nah, it's not in legits. SupX in map assets. Nope, that's not it.
Well, you've got the ninjas. Like, surely Vape is all over the ninjas. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
Oh yeah, we could do that.
they're
I
pretty
need to
cool.
buy some of those.
I've
squares.
got one set, and I'm waiting on delivery for a second set. I made a trade for mine.
Yeah, the Ninja Battle Arena is pretty cool. Here, I'll just do this. I believe this is it.
And then if you want some quality stuff, always follow Shacklin on Discord on
Mhm.
X. She's always posting a lot of cool stuff, especially and if you're not already in her Creedmoor Hub Discord channel, she's got stacks of information on there, so I certainly recommend that. She works closely with a few creators to create what she's always putting out there, so, and don't know, their creations are top notch, something that I aspire to achieve. I am definitely not at their level yet, but I am in communication with them, and I try and learn as much as I can from them.
Here's another thing. These speed bag and training bag from the Hyde Park Ninjas. These things are kind of cool.
And they got the collectability of them, with the gold ones only having 100, I think it is.
Yep. Gold, red, and silver. This is a Hyde Park Ninja sculpture. Which is pretty cool. 100,000 of those. I need to get some of these. I've been really slacking. Some red ones. What is this? I don't think this is a Hyde Park thing, but what the fuck is this? Oh, it's a doormat. Ninja villains? I don't know. Anyway, A ninja statue? A
All right,
potato
maybe
ninja.
I have fed my totems. The last day has begun. I'll be so glad when it's over.
Now I want one of these potato ninjas. These things are cool looking.
I'm not looking at you. Let me have a look. What are you at? Oh, that is cute. Where's this from?
Charles.
Oh,
F.
Charles.
Hall?
Charles FR is definitely a top-notch creator. Anything from this bloke is absolutely amazing. Definitely one of the best creators in the game, and probably D-Tech level.
Let's go check out his factory.
Better off just checking out his account, I guess. 'Cause the
Yeah.
factory just had.
Well, there's a potato cowboy in waiting too. Potato cowboy. These potatoes are kind of cool. A potato firefighter. Oh man.
So you can have the word firefighter in the game, you can't have police. Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yep. I want a potato corrections officer. Can we get one of those? Because corrections officers don't get enough credit. We don't get any love.
No, because you're not seen or heard.
Even my wife makes fun of me sometimes about it. Because I'm like, I'm a first responder. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, the fuck I am. I'm part of police and fire. Who the fuck do you think responds when there's a crisis in jail? It's me. I'm the one. And I don't have any weapons. I gotta use my hands. I get fucking punched in the face.
No, you're right. Like, you do respond. Yes, that is 99% of our job is to respond to whatever's going on. Maybe not 99%.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so whenever sometimes we get first responder discounts and stuff. And so when I ever show my badge, she's like, oh, please don't embarrass it. I'm like, I'm not embarrassing anybody. I'm a first responder. Let me fucking get the damn discount, you shit.
You get a badge. Okay, well, we don't get a badge for corrective over here.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't have it on me. I shouldn't show it anyway, but yeah, I have a badge.
I used to have one, obviously, for my old job, but not for, we don't get one for this job. We have a uniform that looks very similar, and at a glance from a distance, you can easily confuse them. And I think a lot of officers like that and will wear that in their car driving to and from work, stuff like that, thinking that people think that's what they are. But I'm
going to see what other kind of cool shit Charles FR has.
Charles FR is right up there in the top notch in the game, and does a lot of work for other people as well.
Look at this. Look at this Yeti.
Yeah, you're not getting that quality from a lot of other creators. It is just
fucking little man.
Yes, I saw that. I used to have one. I had to give it back. I should have done what every other.
You had to give it back
and lost it. Yeah, when you retire, when you quit, yeah, you don't get to keep it forever. Goodwill flag.
German flag.
Okay. Goodwill, though.
What else we got here? A Crimson Enforcer. Wow. Damn, look at this. How the fuck does he make this and stay within the requirements?
Because he has skills that I am a long way from learning.
This is pretty impressive.
Yeah. In a million years, I could spend a month and I wouldn't even come close to that. I'm surprised you can build the Eiffel Tower, though.
Do you really?
Yeah,
am I missing that somewhere? Oh, it's right here. Oh, it's a mini, though.
Yeah, still an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not subject to any IPs or anything. I don't know, but
Stonehenge mini. A dartboard. Yeah, interesting.
So I want to do a whole heap of structural ornaments, like incorporating Australian landmarks, but it just seems like too much of a minefield of what's an IP, what isn't an IP.
Right.
And it's just frustrating that, you know, you go to Vegas and pretty much all the different monuments around the world have been recreated in Vegas one way or another,
Mhm.
but you can't do it in a virtual world because of IP. Like, it's just crazy.
But yeah, that is weird. Let's go down here a little bit. Rock and roll sculpture. Yeah, this guy's got some really cool shit. An avocado chair. I love avocados.
Yuck.
Like
and I do not-
avocados?
You and I do not agree on food.
What? Apparently, we
can't
don't agree on dubbed TV shows either.
No, I don't watch them. I
A
just can't.
banana
I
hammock.
can't do the voice, like the sound and the even when like you watch something and it's like a second out, the sound's like a second delay or something. I can't do it. It just does.
Oh, I can't do that either.
But that's what dubbed is. It's basically the same thing. Like, it doesn't match.
Swarley, look at this banana hammock. Do you call certain underwear banana hammocks in Australia?
No, but I think I know where you're going. But no, I've never heard.
Yeah,
that
so like
before.
if you were like a Speedo kind of thing, we would consider that like a banana hammock.
All right, in Aussie land, Speedos, which are still Speedos, obviously because that's a brand, but those swimmers are often referred to as budgie smugglers.
Yeah,
As you can
similar
think, the
kind of
little bulge about the same, about the
Yeah.
same shape.
Yep, we would refer to that as a banana hammock. So that's funny. I love this thing. Now I want a banana hammock on my property. How much is this? Where do I find this?
And another band just said he's going to apply for his license in Detroit.
Upland made what? What did I miss? A Chini store. I wish you could save like favorite certain characters. Save favorite like creators or stores so that you can always go back to it.
Yeah.
That would be really great.
No, again, this is like part of the UI. I'd really, especially for UGC people such as, and if Charles was listening, he would 100% agree with this. There needs to be a separation between like a business entity of your account online and a personal entity of your account online. What I mean by that is maybe it's just a location. So your factories and your showrooms are your business. Any item that shows up in those two locations, don't mix in with all your personal stuff, because when you're trying to move your own personal stuff around, everything shows up in one big long list, and it's just such a pain in the ass. But to be able to save favorite sellers or set favorite stores or add to the list, stuff like that, be alerted to a new item that's come up for sale, all that sort of stuff. Like if you've got a creator that you know makes quality stuff like Charles FR does, like to have some sort of alert whenever he produces a new item and it's posted in the shop for the first time would be unreal for UGC creators. But of course, Upland got the push notification to sell their own crap, and all we can do is maybe do a tweet or a Discord post, and that's about it. And hope that maybe the word spreads. So someone like Shacklin's pretty much out there, so her stuff gets spread pretty. People get eyes on it and sell pretty quickly. Oh, you're buying yourself a banana hammock, huh?
I got to, man. I gotta own this banana hammock. Mint number 2.
The red robot thing you showed. Oh, okay, so he's talking about the that's what the comment earlier was, the steampunk. So if he's referring about the red robot, no, that's different to my robot then, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm just gonna try and find it and then bring it
Oh,
up.
fuck, I forgot. I gotta be in the same area. Son of a bitch. Fuck.
How'd you not
I always
remember
forget
that?
about that. All right, hold on. That's not the right one. Charles, am I following you? I am following Charles FR.
Yeah, but you
All
follow
right.
everyone, and But yeah, it's
I
the
don't
following doesn't-
follow everyone.
the following doesn't work the way it should or it needs to.
Yeah, I want to know every time he produces something cool. I want to know that, just like you were saying.
Exactly right. Like you should be able to have some, and that's part of the UI and stuff. I'd love to see Outland stop trying to introduce new stuff into the game, and get what we do have working to a point where everyone's like, "Fuck yeah, this is exactly what we need, what we want."
Right.
Even as simple as getting the white screen crashes on iOS devices fixed. I mean, that is such not a good look for trying to attract new people. Imagine logging in for the first time and you click something and it just white screen crashes 3 times in a row on you. Like, you're not coming back. Like it's frustrating when you're an established player, been for 2.5 years, and you're ready to throw your phone against the wall.
I don't have that
If you're-
problem.
Yeah, but the problem is there's like 2.2 billion people that do, or potential Upland players that would have that problem. I mean, and I would argue that's a significant number, enough to worry about.
Look, nobody cares about Apple users. They're second-rate citizens.
Wow,
they're-
that puts me down to third rate, does it? I'm a second rate Uplander, and now I'm a third rate fucking Apple
Yeah.
user.
Yeah, you're brainwashed by Big Apple, and you're just a sheep and a pawn in the Ponzi scheme of the Apple Corporation. They're underpowered and overpriced pieces of fucking plastic shit that you need to throw in the garbage immediately and switch over to an Android device, which is open source and far more superior
All right,
than
so by
your
that logic,
measly Apple ecosystem bullshit.
I'll just blow your whole argument out of the water straight away. Then.
Oh, please do.
By
I
that
don't-
logic, Upland have issues that need to be fixed, correct? Are you suggesting
nope.
instead of
Upland's
Upland
perfect.
fixing those issues, we
Upland's
just go
perfect.
to a
It
whole
works great.
different platform on a different company on a different game? Is that the solution? We'll just walk away from Upland and go to a whole new device, a whole new platform, a whole new game, and leave Upland in our dust?
If there was,
That's what you're suggesting. That's your solution.
yes, I would suggest if there was a comparable game to be played, very similar, the exact same use case, but maybe slightly different mechanics of a similar price point, then sure, yes, I would say fuck this and go to that. Yes, but we don't have that. Upland is one of a kind. It's in a class all by
I
itself.
wouldn't say that. There
Um,
are competitors coming.
but are they here?
There are some out there. I don't know. I've never played any of them, so I can't give any.
Atlas
That's a-
Earth doesn't count. That's a piece of shit. Well, it's not. Actually, it's fine. It just does a different thing.
I haven't played that, but I mean, I know Ben's more on top of these sort of things. I just don't have. I don't have time for new games at all, let alone. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. I'm just not that interested in finding new games. I already waste too much time as it is on this game. I feel like I'm wasting it less now that I'm doing UGC, but I'm still spending way too much time on it. So I don't know. But I am aware. I think even Ben about 6 months ago was talking about a new game that was meant to launch. I can't think of what it's called now. That basically described itself exactly as Upland.
Oh, I remember him talking about that. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago. I haven't heard anything about it since. I haven't followed its developments, whether it launched. I think that might have been as far back as March.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's probably. Didn't they launch it? I think by now.
Again, I never followed it. Wasn't interested. I'm all about Upland. I even as negative, and I hate being negative. I said that the other day. I hate whinging about Upland. The reason why I get upset with Upland is because I care so much about Upland. And he submitted his factory. Yeah, you should have that back tomorrow. They're pretty quick with the factories.
They're pretty quick about those.
You'll have the factory tomorrow. You'll have
A map asset and 60 to
structural ornament.
structural ornament in 120 days.
No, because I think there's a good chance his first submission will get rejected.
Yeah,
But
probably.
if it doesn't, it'll look so much better the way it is.
Hey, side note, once again, my ADHD or ADD is kicking in. James Earl Jones died today. I can see your Darth
I
Vader
heard-
in the background popping
I heard
through.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
Does that Darth Vader talk?
No, it's just a statue thingy.
That's unfortunate.
In fact, it'll probably have to find a new home when we move because we're moving from a 4-bedroom house, if and when that happens, to maybe a 1-bedroom unit. So there's a lot of stuff that's not coming with. So that might be one of them. So don't know why he's all of a sudden just showing up though.
It's a sign. Creepy. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was sad news. Somebody I got 5 different people when that happened told me about it. Oh, that's kind of that's a big figurine. I thought maybe that was on a shelf or something.
It's almost about Leban's loud bang height.
Yep.
So
Why do you have a half a mannequin back there?
it's Mrs. does sewing, so she creates outfits and stuff. So she's got that. That's just
The missus?
the room I'm in. The room I'm in is it's like a second lounge room, or I call it the den. So we used to have 2 computers set up here, one for me, one for my son, and it was kind of a bit of a Bitzer sort of room. It's all open, it's all open plan sort of thing. But yeah. So behind that mannequin used to be you can't see where I'm pointing, but it used to be another desk. Back when I used to have contact with my son. But yeah, it's just a bit of an open area. But there used to be a Darth Stormtrooper that went with a Darth Vader, but for some reason it broke, so it's gone.
Oh no.
So it's just Darth at the moment. So if my son, who's now 17, doesn't want it, which I'm willing to bet he won't, I'm not sure where he's going to go. I'd give him away, but it costs a fortune to send to someone.
I'm sure you could find somebody that would love that dearly. Just saying. I was gonna say, my fantasy. I play in a fantasy Upland league for football.
Is that the one with TML and all that?
No.
This is a good one.
Yeah. Who invited me? Oh, I think it was the Llama Line Isto, I believe his name is. You know what I'm talking about? He does the poker, the upline poker stuff, and the sports book kind of upline stuff, where you can bet on sports and shit like that. With
I don't get into all that, so
I thought we talked about it at one point. Anyway, so this guy I've talked to, because I like poker and I like sports, and so I found this. Talked to this guy. Anyway, he invited me to this league, and they have different tiers of leagues. So I'm in a 10,000 UPIX fantasy football league, which I thought I was going to win today, but my 2 players shit the bed. My last 2 players, and I lost by a couple points, which was really disappointing. Never trust the 49ers again, motherfuckers. If I had my Cowboys players, I would have won for sure.
You have to remind me from time to time when the Cowboys are playing, especially because we don't obviously get any media over here, or very limited media. So I often forget because it's on a weird time, and it's usually Monday morning for me. I often forget, and then I'll get up Monday and just get on with stuff, and then Monday afternoon I'll be like, oh, I wonder when the Cowboys play. Oh, I missed it. It was earlier today. I was like, fuck it. I did catch the second half of their game yesterday, so I woke up.
It was beautiful.
So yeah, that was a win. Well, I'll definitely take that as a win. The first game of the season, so you can't expect them to be firing on all guns, but there's room for improvement, I thought.
No, definitely room for improvement. But they also beat last year's best defense. So it's not like that team's going to drop off the planet defensively. So I think that's a good test right out the gate, playing against the league's #1 defense last year
So
and,
that-
and winning, scoring 33 points, I think.
So that's the Browns, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what? I mean, I know everyone. Like, I don't know any of the cities that much. Obviously, being over here, never been there. But I know Cleveland gets a lot of shit from other people saying that Cleveland's a shit city or something like that. But they're not helping themselves when they call their sporting team a color.
Well, that's
And then it's not just the fact that it's a color; it's like the shittest color that you can be.
Let me double check my
And I
facts.
mean that literally.
I'm
what is a
almost
Brown,
certain
though?
that they're named after the founder or like a coach, which was
Well, their last name was Brown or something. Or
yeah,
it's
Let
a
me-
shit name. I'm
Cleveland
sorry.
Browns.
The guy might have been a
Um,
hero or something like that, but it's a
name.
shit name for a sporting team.
Yeah, I agree. Paul Brown, the original coach and co-founder, Paul Brown.
Yeah, but again, that's why you don't call something after yourself. Call it a decent name.
Well, I mean, this is what the 1945. They weren't thinking about
Yeah.
that.
Well, change it. It's such a shit.
Well, they did when they sold the fucking team to Baltimore, and they became the Ravens. The Browns went goodbye, and then they brought them back because they're a historic team.
Again, I don't know any of that history, but anyway, I could, as a foreigner, like if I like the sport and I wanted to start watching, the Browns is not the team. That'd be the last out of the 32. 32 still.
Yeah.
33 now. 32. That'd be the
32.
last team. There'd be 32 on the list of the team that I'd follow.
Really?
Just based on the fact that they're a color, they're a crap color. I mean, at least black would be like some sort of mean sort of type feel about it or something. But
I love the Browns color. I love it.
I mean, there's an AFL team, so an Australian football team here that are brown and yellow, and they cop a bit of shit for having brown as one of their two colors. But at least they're called the Hawks. Like they've still got a decent mascot type thing.
Well, the
But,
Browns'
yeah.
mascot is a bulldog.
Call them the Bulldogs then.
Well, I don't know. That's a stupid name.
It's better than Browns.
Look, man, maybe so. I like the name the Browns, but maybe I'm just nostalgic. I don't know. And then you couldn't make the fun jokes about taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. Anyway,
It's a shit team, literally.
it's not a shit team. They're doing fine. Look, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the Browns. Fuck the Browns. The Cowboys beat the Browns. Cowboys are undefeated. They're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to win it all.
That was in Cleveland too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and fuck Cleveland.
Who did I say they're playing next week? They did say
Next week they're playing the Saints.
they're at home. Oh, that's right, and it's a Sunday afternoon for you, isn't it?
Yes, at like 1:00.
Oh shit, that's early. Fuck it. That'll be like 3 a.m. for me.
It will not be 3 a.m. for you.
I think so.
No,
All right,
it'll
let
probably
me-
be like
Hey Siri, when's the Cowboys' next game?
fucking Siri.
Does this show? That's not going to be clear, is it?
It keeps chopping up. What is the time? Does it say
3
I can't see.
a.m.
3 a.m.?
3 a.m. for me. So no, I won't be catching next week's game. Well, not live anyway.
Well, how did it was on the same time as this last week's game, and you said you caught the end of that.
No, it could be.
Yeah,
Can't be.
I mean, unless you're calling me a fucking liar.
Oh, one of us is wrong, but
Are you telling me the American Dallas Cowboys fan is wrong?
I'm telling you that Siri told me the next game's at 3 a.m., which means it would finish at about 6 a.m., which is about the time I got up, I think, yesterday, maybe 8 o'clock at the latest, because when my totems get fed, and the second half had just started.
Well,
So
when you say
I'm
you wake
saying, I'm telling you, it's a different time than last week.
let me.
So
Okay.
whether you're getting the time zones confused because you're in a different time zone to them, I don't know, but it's definitely a game earlier. So I think you have 3 time slots for the games on Sunday. So an early game, a the late afternoon, and a night game.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys were the later afternoon game this week. Next week they're the early game.
You could be right. Let's do this. When I looked at it, I thought it said 1 o'clock, but you know, I've been wrong about a handful of times in my whole life. So we'll see. Let's look here. So next game is what is it, September 14th? Is it? My
Sounds about
fucking clock would come up, or my
That
calendar.
sounds about right. Well, it's the 10th today, so no, it'd be
No,
15th Monday.
It'd be the 15th. Why does it say this? All this thing is fucked up. Just God bless. God
So
bless America.
The 16th for me when it plays.
Let me just go to ESPN, America's leading sports network, or whatever the fuck it is.
Why don't you just ask your Google Assistant?
Because I don't ever use the Google Assistant. I'm a Alexa guy, so, and I don't have one down here in my.
Well, that's the only thing I use it for. Is to tell me I can't ask her about Australian sport. She won't give me crap for that. But if I ask her about the football, the NFL, that's how I get all my updates on NFL. It's easier than Googling it.
Okay, Dallas Cowboys schedule. Come on up. Oh God, it's so nice to see. First in the NFC East schedule. What time do they play? They play. Oh, you're right. I was wrong. This is a rare occurrence. 10 a.m. they say they play at my time, which is the early game. You're right.
That's what I just said.
That would
So
be
3
a.m.
3 a.m. for me.
3 a.m.
So
for you, yeah.
I'm very unlikely to be catching this one live.
Well, fuck me running. Okay. Well, you win. You win. Yeah, what do you say we wrap this bad boy up? Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No, there's nothing else that's happening in Upland, is there? So we've nothing really to talk about.
Not yet, at least.
I mean, the last thing that of any decent that happened was the Spark drop. He's open about that. I don't think there's been any other news in the last week. I mean, they announced new bundle packages today. Big whoop, who cares? They're designed for new players, not us. So,
yeah, they added London. They added London to it.
Yeah, I like that. London's now a year old. No, it's not. London's like a year and a half old. Like they released London in May last year.
5 days left of the season, LeBan says. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some structural ornament. I need a standard townhouse structural ornament this sizzle season. I need to try and work out where to get one of those from. I'm trying to keep myself in the top 11 in that competition. You talked me into having a crack at it, so.
Oh, I should look and see if I'm still in the top 11. Let's do that. Real quick.
The frustrating thing is they only update it once a week on Thursdays, so Friday for us. But so you might have been in the top 11 when it last looked, but someone's like waited for the last update because literally that was the last update before the final one. So someone can go chuck 10 on there now and just.
That's true. Could get fucked.
And you just won't know.
Could get fucked. Okay, let's see here. Executive and chief executive. That's going to be you. Let's look at yours first. And then I'll go to director. Okay. Swirl, you were right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You are just outside of the top 11 at number 14.
I wasn't the other day, but I've got plans to get back in front. I think I can get to 18 in the next 3 days, but I need to get a townhouse sizzle ornament. If anyone's got a spare one, I'd love to borrow it.
Ah, fuck, and I'm outside of the top 11 as well, number 12.
You're not sharing yours.
Oh shit, I'm the worst at
You
that.
gotta get better at doing that.
Yeah, I'm the fucking worst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got to get one more,
No, you need
2 more if I want to feel good about myself.
I don't know how you're gonna do that because you need 2 apartment buildings. Like I can help you out with apartment, but that's my problem. I've got plenty of apartment structural ornaments, but I don't have buildings to put them on.
If I got to go buy some fucking apartment buildings, you bet your sweet ass I'm gonna do it.
Might be easy just to buy the structural ornaments.
It might be. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Yeah. I
Yeah,
should do
so that ends on the 17th or the 16th. I forget which day it was.
Oh God, I don't
Six-
know.
16th, I think. So I think that's a couple of days left. Yeah, so I think when I get off here, I might actually go and look around and see if I can get myself a sizzle ornament. And I think I know exactly where to go because I saw
Where are you
one
gonna
today
go?
that I like the look of.
Where at?
Actually, it's fine. I will share and I will show you the one that I'm thinking about buying.
I love to hear that.
I'm just not overly keen to share screen, type window. I'll get better at this. I'm just not sure about paying USD, although I think there are. Oops.
Is this the Oh, if this is what I think it is, yeah, this is killer.
And I believe it's Sizzle's. I believe it's a Sizzle season structural ornament.
Yep. Is this an ace one?
Yeah. Ace 696.
Yeah,
And
I like these. Check it. See if it is with the
I'm pretty
graffiti
sure
on
it
the side.
is. Sizzle. There it is. So I need to go buy this and dong it on.
Woo!
So pretty cool little structural ornament.
Yeah, I really like
As
that
I saw
too.
someone put on Twitter, every neighborhood, the work they've done on the bricks, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
This bit there, but I know what that's like. It happens all the time. Yeah, so I believe an Uplander created the graffiti for him to put on there.
I think it's Jin Skrilla.
Yeah, something like that. I've heard that. Yeah, so I mean that's how you.
Which is a
definitely
pretty
get
cool
away.
guy. I met him in Vegas. He's really cool.
So
Good dude.
little pizza on the roof. I like it.
Yep.
But it's well done. It's very well done. Like nice.
Mm-hmm. Is that
Yeah,
an
so
ace shop?
Yeah, so I believe they're
What's the price tag on those?
So up XYs are 12.5K. So I'm assuming he's got them for sale for 12. So yeah, they're not outrageously priced, and then $5 almost for USD. Again, though, every time there's like a mint, because I like to go buy the mint 21 or mint 29 or mint 129.
Where's
Every
that
time
one
he-
located at?
I think he's got a few different shops. So I saw it that was in oh, that's his factory. Damn it. I'm sure I clicked on one that was for sale.
Queens, Detroit, Miami, Bronx,
Yeah, so-
Washington, D.C.
Oh, for sale. So this is definitely for sale. I'll go to the location.
Oh, here's an LA one.
Oh, it is for sale. So yeah, so I believe he's got a shop in LA and a shop in Queens. So I'm in Queens at the minute, so that works out well. So I shall actually, I may as well just head on over now. Yeah, I wanted to get them in 29, and it's the USD one, and I'm not too keen to spend USD at the minute. So
Yeah.
I might buy it and then see if I can swap it. Buy one and see if I can swap it.
Oh, these ones are just map assets. I need a structure ornament in LA. Oh man.
Well, does he not? I'm sure he sells them over there as well. 'Cause
Well,
thought
I
saw
just don't know if he has a shop over here.
I thought the Ninjas bought one from him the other day in LA.
Really?
I thought.
I'll have to hit him up. I'll harass him.
I never
Actually,
like,
I talked to him last week. We talked about coming on the show, and it just happens to fall in the middle of his day where he's got some family stuff he's got to take care of.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's 2 p.m. for me, so he'll be the
Yeah.
same time for him. I never know what bloody number to go for. Like 76 was the year I was born, so that always makes me think. But 69 seems like a popular number that people will buy.
yeah,
Um,
there's that.
oh crap! Where did I need to send it to? Give me 1 sec. I have that. Crap! I can't remember where. I just had that build finished, so I need to put it on that build, but I can't remember what the address is.
That's my
But-
biggest problem too.
I'm sure it is. I'm thinking maybe if I go to my feed, it'll say in here, does it? Oh, I put that right on top of the.
Do you see what Vape said?
No, I'm not watching the chat at the minute.
Oh my god! Just look at the screen.
What did Vape say? Ace said to send him a DM, Swiley. Just talk to him. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I bought 69 now. We're going to buy 69, so I kind of like that. Maybe I'll buy 2.
No.
I might just buy 2. Here we go. So completed construction. Here we go.
Oh, this
so
one's in Los Angeles.
978. So I put 978. There we
Ace
go.
Building Supplies in LA. That's the one.
There we go. This is my nice new. It was blue. Soon going to be a different color. It's going to be green and brown. Maybe I'll just buy 2.
Do it. I dare you to.
Oh yeah, it's going to break my budget.
I need we should find just random this isn't so much random, but just UGC people and just pimp them out, pimp their shit out.
Well, yeah, but it can get expensive because there's a lot of quality stuff out there.
Yes, there is.
I mean, there's even more that's not quality, but we can avoid that. But there's so much that is quality that you never get to the end of it.
Yeah. I need to find what structure I can put these on because I don't know what ones I have.
Do you not have a townhouse?
I do. I just don't know how many I have. Is the problem.
76 is also USD. All right, I'll just get 74 and then I'll see if I can swap it for 29.
What about number 44? Where's that one at?
Oh
wait.
Look.
Oh man, it goes from 37 to 51.
Search the whole lot and put it in order because that's obviously in the shop. But
well, I'm not gonna. It could be in Queens or something. I'm not gonna fucking. I'll just take whatever is in LA.
Yeah, but I can swap it for that.
That's true.
Yeah, if you look where it is, if it's for sale, I mean, if it's USD, you might be out of luck. Oh, hang on, 44. Oh, it's reserved for someone. I can see it on my screen right now.
It should be reserved for me.
It's reserved for 3,000 to someone. Well, that's
Son
a
of
good
bitch.
price. How do I
Ace,
get
you
that
need to
price?
that.
How do I get that price?
Yeah, Ace, what the hell, bro?
Anyway, I bought 2.
All right, I'm gonna buy 2. I need to get up that leaderboard just a smidgen. All right, well, yeah, let's call
I
it.
now need to go and
You're gonna apply it.
apply it. Manage, decorate. Let's see how good it looks. And let's scroll down and look for where it is. because this is not painful at all. Upland. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Oops, something went wrong.
Oops,
Of course something went wrong. Of course something went wrong. Why wouldn't something go wrong? Oh, fuck me. Alright, let's try that again. This is the first time I've used my feed and it's actually come in handy. If it works.
If it works.
Oh, we don't do that anymore. Oop.
We should focus on one or two visitors that are active and help them to uplander status. I like that. You know, Laban, what I like even better than that is if you'd show up on the fucking show. Okay?
I like that a
Sleepyhead.
lot, but we need a, we'll maybe put a call out there for Upland, someone to be sponsored
Yeah.
by the show.
Yeah. Let's
An
do
Uplander
it.
to be sponsored by the show. I'm not going to hand you everything for free, but certainly, how good's that look?
That looks great.
And what's even better is I don't mind a pizza, so very,
Oh, I love pizza. Something fierce.
yeah.
That Italian flag up there. You're just speaking to me now.
No, that's a good-looking pizza shop.
I agree.
I want to go eat a pizza now. Damn you, Ace! Damn you! Now I want pizza. No, that was good. I'm happy with that. Actually, that sort of just I remember saying that. I'm thinking, oh, that's sizzle season. I wouldn't mind getting it. And then I had that build finished that I didn't even realize it was about to finish. I'm like, fuck yeah, that worked out perfect for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not very happy about that. So that's another sizzle season ornament donged. So I'll slowly creep up that board again. Hopefully,
Yeah, I
no one
gotta
else is watching.
figure out where the fuck to put that. And then make it into a collection property.
All right. So according to what I can see, you probably see better. There's 3 people watching.
3 people watching. Oh, we need to get something away
That's where I
before
was
we get
heading.
out of here.
But the bandit's one of those 3. So is there only 2 people?
Could be. Well, I mean,
You need a hashtag.
that same
Maybe,
hashtag.
maybe no, Laban this time. Well, they're not still here. They can't still be in the draw.
Oh, fair enough. All right. Hashtag Laban. No, I lied. I like this one better. Hashtag dong. Dong.
The big noise.
The big noise. The big noise. Hashtag dong. And then if Laban wins, then he gives away double.
I'm not one of the 3 watching, but maybe I'll make myself one of the 3.
Babe, hi guy. It's hashtag dong this time for this next prize, for this next draw. Since you've painfully
Laban.
made
Laban.
the stage
Yeah, we
whole video. Whole,
yeah, exactly. We want to reward you for still being here.
yeah. Hashtag
All right, so-
dong.
So Vape High Guy is the only one here. He either wins the Bandit's prize, or if it lands on the Bandit, he still gets the Bandit's prize. Or if it lands on you, you have to give him a prize. If it lands on me, I have to give him a prize.
It's a ding too. Ding dong. Well,
Dong,
yeah.
dong, ding.
Ding dong.
It's more of an inside joke, I think.
It
Right.
is more, yeah.
So you're not. Yeah, something that Laban said last night or this morning, whatever. I don't know. Last night.
Depends. It depends who's. For me, it was today, earlier today, and for you,
Me,
it
it
was.
was yesterday.
It was.
Well, it was
yesterday.
early today, but it was at 2 a.m. and I hadn't slept. So
Oh. All right. So we got. How many do we got here for dong? 4 entries for dong with our 3 viewers. Let's do the draw.
it's definitely going to Vape. It's just what's Vape getting? So you agree? If it lands on you, you're going to give him a prize. It's not the.
I didn't enter, did I? Oh, I
Yeah.
guess that would be one. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it lands on you, you have to give him a prize out of your prize pool. If it lands on me, I have to give him something.
Okay.
And I've got towels and fountains I can give away.
All right. Vape is winning no matter what. And then if it's LeBandit, then he has to give away double. two map assets. Kabong. Oh, I don't understand. I don't know the reference for Kabong, unless you're. Well, I could venture a guess. Anyway, let's draw. Let's do this thing. Who's it going to be? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Oh, it's me. I win, which means you win something for me. Okay.
As well as the tombstone.
As well as the tombstone. All right. Yes. So, Vape, I don't know if you want to go pick it up at the tombstone. I didn't win for him.
No, well, you couldn't win, Levan. You could only lose.
Yeah. Only winner here is
There's a big
Vape.
difference with what happened last week and what happened now.
Yeah, so Vape, you can pick it up at my showroom in Kansas City, or you could just offer me a burner for one of the tombstones in my inventory, and I will decide what the other thing it is. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'll come up with something good, and that will go to you as well.
Well, I know what it's not going to be, and that's the map asset that got rejected today.
That's right. It's not going to be that. Well, not in its current state, at least.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that one, but I think we go with my plan first and see what happens. But although let's see if we get a response first.
Yeah. I think it's the turd.
I don't think so.
I think it's the turd.
I don't think so.
You could be right. You've been right once today.
Catch you later.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you got two in the bag.
Oh, I've already got two in the bag. I'll catch you later.
We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here. And then lastly, anybody who's watching this not live, put in, you could either use hashtag dong or hashtag
Leave it the same as you said earlier.
LeBandit. I don't care. Either one. And
LeBandit.
LeBandit. And then I will draw from those names who put it in the comments. So, okay. Swarley, you good to get out of here?
Adios.
Okay. All right, everybody. Until
Till next time.
next Monday or whenever I decide to make another video, we will check you later. Peace.